Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is a Thursday night, and Boone and I arrived in Phu Quoc, the island here in Vietnam. We just wandered down the beach. Now we're heading up to the main road. Gonna take a look around, and then we'll probably head off to the night market. It's about 1 kilometer away. Let's see what's going on in Vietnam tonight. Beautiful night, maybe, I don't know, high 70s. Maybe the low 80s, but with that ocean breeze, it feels nice and cool. I'm right under the Tahiti Hotel, if you want to Google that. We just came from this little beach bar, caught the sunset. I love seeing the banh mi motorbike guy. Delicious. Some nice lobsters, waiting for dinner. A lot of these restaurants are nice and empty tonight. We're gonna head down to the night market. We're waiting to flag down one of these extended long golf carts, and a guy across the street told me from here it's a little over 1 kilometer. It should be 50,000 Viet Dong, or a little over $2. And there are a lot of Chinese tour buses. I know there's a lot of folks in China with traveling money. Well, it's kind of slowed down in Thailand lately, but it's still big here. They're following the flag. We'll probably see them down at the night market hanging out. All kinds of different little spots. Boone and I had a really good lunch right next to the hotel. Oh, we ordered 4 dishes, and it was, she said, less than 300 Thai baht. Of course, in Vietnamese dong. Here we go. Here's where we're gonna ride. Hey, look at that place, the bar. Harley in the window. Sandy Spa. It's just pretty much us and a bunch of Chinese tour buses. The Ocean Pearl Hotel. And that's the Holiday Center. We're staying right across the street. What's the name of our hotel? Tien Tong. No 7-Elevens here, but here's an 11 Mart. Ganesh Indian restaurant. Saw a lot of Indian folks on the plane. Maybe this is a getaway spot. More little stores. All kinds of cool little side streets to get up and explore. Pizza. Boulevard Hotel. And here's where we're staying. It's right on the water. Tien Tan Resort. Let's see. You can see the Statue of Liberty. There it is, little replica. What? What is it, Boom?
Nothing.
Yeah, we're just looking around. This golf cart's kind of nice. I'm sure we're paying the tourist price, but we are tourists. Yvonne Hotel. Here's a popular noodle spot. It's packed. Yeah. Well, maybe these tour buses. I guess you have to probably be like a Chinese-owned restaurant, and that's kind of how it works in Thailand. Chinese-owned tour bus and tour operators, and take it to a Chinese-owned hotel and restaurant. This one's packed. All these resorts on this side are right on the water. Daystar Hotel. I think the massage is a little cheaper than Thailand, bro. She says yes. Body, foot massage. Vegetarian bistro. Barbershop. Yeah, it's always good to see a new area. We drove by this night market in the daytime. Temple. Ah, there's a bug on my leg. Snorkeling, fishing, John's Tours. Green Cafe and Pub. I think I read about that. It's definitely a more laid-back vibe than Saigon or Hanoi. Those are cities with millions of people. And this is a little bit more like comparing Bangkok to Koh Samui. So this must be the, it is, the night market and all the different follow the flag groups. Right, so it was kind of on a meter and it was 60,000 Viet Dong. So that's not bad. The guy that told me to jump in that golf cart said it was, oh, I guess he said it was 50,000. Okay, I think I thought he meant 50,000 a person. I don't know. Whatever, here we are at the Phu Quoc night market. And let's see how this compares to our Thai night markets. Watch your back, Boone. Motorbike. Thailand rolled ice cream. Pearls. A lot of hawking going on, which is fine. A lot of pearls, but I'm seeing a lot of $2 authentic pearls. Okay, I think they're about as authentic as that pair of Nikes you're going to pick up at MBK. Hey, Boone. Oh, she's looking at a doggy. Boone, look at the shark. Shark. She went right to the lobster. She's all about the seafood. Well, me too. We'll get some seafood. Every place is seafood. More pearls. We zipped out to, oh, I don't even know what it's called, Grand something or another. It's kind of like a little Disneyland man-made thing about 30 kilometers from here, and we passed 2 or 3 pearl farms. So I guess that's a big deal in the area. Is that tea or spices? Ice cream. Flex Square. Golf Mart. Bags. Stick our head in there. It was kind of a cool store. It was full of fakes, and it looks like the tour group's coming in. Had all kinds of golf gear, TaylorMade, Callaway. I'm sure it was all original for $5 a shirt. All right, let me get through the follow the flag crowd here. Me. Hi.
Hello, sir. Madam, welcome to me.
Hi. Hey, elephant pants. Probably made in Thailand. More seafood. What is this? Cashews, almonds, nuts. Oh no, thank you. Ooh, I smell durian everywhere. There it is. Boone likes the durian.
Hello, Madam, sir.
They love their horns in Vietnam. Will I pay what? 22 US for what? 22,000 baht? 22 US dollars. For what? She says there's a night market tour that's 22 US dollars, and I don't know. Wasn't too hard to find. We just got on the $2 golf cart. But I get it. Those tours, they come pick you up right at your hotel and hold your hand. But Google tells you exactly how to get here. A lot of that ice cream banging going on. Ice cream rolls. This guy's got a little style. I told Boone to start picking up some souvenirs, and she said, I want seafood as a souvenir. I think that's some kind of scarf, silk. Probably every tourist in town is hanging out here tonight, it seems. That's cool. Get it. Little keychain. What is that up there? Dried shrimp? Those little tiny dried shrimps and other seafoods. This is a popular spot. Famous beans and nuts. We pulled off to the roasting station here. Cashews and what are you getting? I think Boone just got a taro. Okay, she wants mixed. Is this for you or your sister? I think it's for her sister. And it looks like they're bundling them up to probably go to shops all over town, if not all over Vietnam. And Boone was just looking at the durian and said she wants to have a little cocktail later, or if there's this British pub I might find. There's always a British pub anywhere in the world, but she knows the rules. You can't have durian and alcohol. It's not a good mix. She ended up going with the mixed bottle. I don't know, taro. It even had durian covered peanuts. It was 170,000 dong, whatever that is, $5 or $6 US dollars. He's gonna give that to her sister. Oh, these are little fans. Oh, and this person just said the guy's from France, which makes sense. Former French colony and all. think there's a lot of French influence still in Vietnam. Coffee, chocolate, outstanding bakery. Even the banh mi sandwiches. We were just at a little family restaurant and the bread was delicious. Massage places. And it keeps going. Hi. Oh, no, thank you. Oh. Yeah. It's a cutie. All right. Boone found her souvenir. Oh, there he goes. Some octopus on the grill. There's some good-looking lobsters. She has picked up some little handmade, like one of these keychains. The guy said they were handmade, who knows? For $150,000. I think he wanted 170 and she countered with 150 and he accepted. $5. And Boone found the Somtam guy. I like the pad thai. Somtam. Her and her girlfriends at work head for Somtam special occasions, which seems to be about once a week. Boone found a new buddy. They won't let her walk away. Try setting him down. Walk away fast. Walk away. No, he's not having it. He took her little bracelet. Yeah, so a good time. And this is some kind of coconut ice cream gelato place. Everybody's hanging out in the little chairs. And it's beautiful out. We jumped off the plane at 11:30, noon, and went out exploring. It was roasting. And for my buddy Ben, there's a vegan house. He's always looking for those vegan and vegetarian spots in Bangkok anyhow. And I don't know how to really pronounce it, but I just heard that roasted peanut guy. There was some kind of documentary playing in the background and it said Phu Quoc. Phu Quoc. Just like the BTS lady that told me it's Pia Thai and not Pia Thai. I'm going Phu Quoc. Dried shrimp. And I found the taco stand near the hostel. And there's a little Shepherd Ferry art on the wall. That's cool, over in Vietnam. I won't claim I know the guy. I've said hello to him a couple of times. A really good friend of mine. Went to high school with his wife. He's in San Diego. I don't know if Shepherd's a San Diego guy, and I know they live there. And he was in the Casbah music spot all the time. In fact, he went in and put up one of his, was it an Andre the Giant poster? He put it up on the wall there in the Casbah. Blue Seafood. Looks like we found a seafood spot. Plenty of families and locals hanging out. Not really in the night market, but on the edge of town, and I didn't get over behind the night market. That's where all the boats are. Boone just got a little small lobster. It's about 25 US dollars, I think. And a couple of oysters for, how much were the oysters? 30,000 Viet Dong, which is, oh shoot, I don't even know. 26, I thought it was 26,000 Viet Dong to the dollar. That can't be right, can it? $1.50 an oyster? I don't know. She only wanted a couple. So, oh, it's my neighbor there, I guess. I'm trying to communicate on the app what the dinner comes with, and they just kept saying lobster, even when I broke out the Google Translate. So there's a little bit trickier communication going on than sukhumvit in the Bangkok area. Again, I hate to be that ugly expat expecting everybody to speak English, but certainly makes my life easier. I am having flashbacks of Puerto Nuevo down in Mexico. And they throw the lobsters on the grill. Oh, we haven't got our lobster yet, I don't think. Yeah, Puerto Nuevo, it's about 30 or 40 miles south of San Diego, kind of in between Ensenada and Tijuana. It's just a lobster village way back in the day. Some of my earliest memories are hanging out with my dad and uncle and cousins. And my uncle had he was building spec homes back then. He ended up turning that into a huge construction company. He's since passed away in the San Fernando Valley, but we used to go down there. Shoot, I was the youngest cousin, so I was 6, 7, 8, whatever it was, sitting in the back of those old school campers on a big Ford truck, and there's just 8 of us back there hanging out. We'd get the fireworks and just go down to Puerto Nuevo and have a great time. They would bring a pizza platter of lobster tails, and I don't know what it was, 20 bucks for 20 lobster tails. And then I just kept going my whole life. And towards the end there, it was more like 15 to 20 bucks, depending on the size of the lobster, for a lobster dinner with huge homemade flour tortillas. The ladies are right there making them. I just made tortillas the other day, and I could barely make a little 6-inch tortilla. These ladies were making 2-foot long tortillas, and one tortilla fed 2 people. It was delicious. And then you get the tortilla soup. I want to see that lobster going on the grill. Maybe there was a little lack of communication because she ordered it garlic butter, so maybe that's going in a skillet. I don't know. Even in Puerto Nuevo, I think there's a little bit, and here comes the flag guy, I think there's a little bit of deep frying, and then they finish it off on the grill. Don't know, but it's delicious. That's a pretty good looking lobster. I can smell the garlic butter from here. A couple of oysters are on the way. I told her to get more than 2 oysters, but yeah, she's attacking all this on her own. Those look pretty darn good. Again, at 30,000 baht or 30,000 Viet Dong. Boom. Those were 30,000 a piece. That is like $1.50 US. That's pretty cheap, but we used to have at the Brigantine in San Diego dollar oyster night. Now that was 1995. So yeah, maybe they are $1.50. Just off a little side street off the main market there. Again, it's all kind of nickel and dime, but I'd asked for the small lobster price right there in the main walking street or whatever that's called, night market, and they said 1.4 million Viet Dong. And over here, just 10 seconds away, or whatever it is, a minute away, it was 750,000 Viet Dong for the small, and it just went up from there, medium, large. But again, she's just eating it herself, and it's still kind of a lot of food. Get just a little ways off that tourist area, and I'm seeing more families and just local folks hanging out up here. Here comes the fan man. A lot of puppies hanging out in the area. If somebody drops a piece of food, they're on it. This is a little interesting. These folks brought their own seafood. It's like a large family, and they're negotiating with the owner there on, I guess, coming in and grilling up the food, having drinks, and I don't know what else, soup and salad. But that's definitely a bunch of seafood and fish they brought. Kind of a slow night, and as we were kicking back and kind of stood up, finished with our dinner, a bunch of guys approached us with showing Grab on their phone. Now, you can use the Grab app over here, but yeah, you gotta order it and then try to find the guy. So we just negotiated a deal. We're going from here. I get it, it's not Vietnam authentic, but first stop is we're heading to a place called the Rabbit Hole. It's either an English or Irish pub, and just negotiated a price with the driver. 70,000 Viet Dong. What is 70,000 won? In English, I think in English. In US dollars, it's 26. So a little under $3. I don't really have a problem paying for that. I know maybe some people will say, you can get it for $1.95 instead of $2.40. Yeah, it's not really worth sitting around in 10 or 15 minutes trying to find a driver. Boone is on her cider kick from O'Shea's and Robin Hood, the Royal Oak. So let's hope this place, the Rabbit Hole, and if not, what was the other place? The Cheeky Traveler? They seem to kind of be in the same spot. Maybe it's
I think it's next door.
yeah, next door. Maybe it's a little foreigner. I think our hotel's just up here on the right. Again, you don't come all the way to Vietnam to sit in an Irish pub, but that's exactly what we're going to do. There's our hotel right here, Boone.
Yeah.
Where's that place we had lunch? Could highly recommend it. Right here, Bep On. They had a house dog and cat. So our guy dropped us off. I'm not exactly sure where we're at. Boone says we're 4 minutes away. Here's a little diner. Whatever, I'm okay for just looking around. And this was a real nice guy. He was the Grab driver we did a little side deal with, and he broke out the translation app and said, what are you guys doing tomorrow? We're heading to this cable card thing, and we negotiated 500,000 baht round trip, which is, well, we didn't negotiate. That's what he said the price was, and I'm not going to nickel and dime him. I think that's 19 US dollars. Fair enough, because I think it's about 20 miles from here. And I just asked a local Farang. He said head on down this way, and the Rabbit Hole and Cheeky Traveler are down here. And he told me the Rabbit Hole is the place to go for cider. So let's go down and check it out.
You can go to the hotel.
No, I think we're a little far from the hotel. I mean, we could maybe walk, but why when it's $1 to jump on one of those golf carts? Here's the comparison to Thai prices. And I know we're walking back towards the water. What is this hotel? Southwind Hotel and their little bar. I love these pools. Nothing better than hanging out in one of these pools right next to the bar. Even better if they have the swim up bar. This says swimming pool, 50,000 Viet Dong per person. So if you're staying in the area, come enjoy the pool. And there goes one of those stretch golf carts. Tranquility Spa. Just a Rabbit Hole tucked away down there. I think the Cheeky Traveler's over here. And we're probably going to check them both out. But that guy up at the diner said he thought they had cider at Rabbit Hole. Grilled shrimp, butter garlic, 105,000 dong. And then down the way, we're seeing the highball bar. Yeah, it looks like a fun little area. What do we have here? Braised pork ribs with lemongrass, $125. Chicken fried rice, $85,000. Viet Dong. Looks like a nice place. The Cocoa Bar. And we're just kind of wandering around. We found the Bon Bon, but we were looking for the Cheeky Traveler. So here we are at the Cheeky Traveler. You gotta love a place with a couple of dogs hanging out. And that's the owner. I think his name is, I think he told me Ken from Canada. Boone loves her ciders. She's going Strongbow. They announced they have 3 different flavors. And she said I will be having all 3. And I'm keeping with my Tiger Kick. That 333 Vietnam beer, it's okay, but I'm not sure if it's a malt liquor. I don't know. It seems a little malt licorish. And the Saigon was okay. But yeah, I'm just sticking with the Tiger. Guess it's out of Singapore. Good stuff. Yeah, so this place is fun. Check out the Cheeky Traveler. Phu Quoc, Vietnam. Just up the road. Even the owner said, yeah, go on up to the rabbit hole. It's a good spot as well. But I think we're hanging out here in Cheeky for a while. And Boone moved on to her second drink of the night, the Strongbow Dark Fruit Apple Cider. Roger that. And a very young gal just came in selling fruit. Boone got some mango. 30,000 Viet Dong. We gave her 40. 30, that's a little over $1 US. These folks are working hard. I thought there were only 2 bar dogs. There's the second. And here's the third. He can't be bothered. So the band's taking a break. But we're still hanging out. Having a good time. Hanging out with the dogs. One of the bartenders is over here having a drink with us. Really nice guy. Vietnamese. He's never been to Bangkok. He's been to Cambodia. And he was listing a couple other spots. Just really interesting people. That's the best part for me of getting out and traveling.
You from Thailand?
This shirt's from Thailand.
Oh, from Thailand? Yeah.
Thailand.
This the
We're talking to a new guy coming over and hanging out with us. It's a nice evening. I'm hanging out with this guy. He lives in Cambodia, but he's up here for a holiday. Third one, the red berry. So it was apple, dark fruit, now red berry. Just never met a dog she doesn't like, and that dog's named Strombo. That's her cider. And we bought a little fruit from her, and she's hung out like for 2 hours playing pool. I guess she just needs one sail a night, so good on her. There's Strombo. So it is about 12:45. We're back in the golf cart, heading back to the hotel. Another fun night.
You're really drunk.
I'm not that drunk. I'm a little bit drunk. No San Miguel Lights here. I was drinking, what was I drinking? Tiger, and Boone had, what do you have, 5 ciders? She feels normal. She's out of control. I'm looking for some food, but things are kind of quiet. There's some food right here, Boone's food. I don't know. We're going back to the hotel, and then we'll find something near the hotel. Yeah, I'm a little bit drunk. All right, thank you so much for following along with us, and there'll be plenty more videos on the way. We will see you really soon. Good night.